Morning guys, sorry I haven't put something up earlier last night. I did actually do quite a bit of work actually on the Facebook group. There's a live feed on that went on for a while, and I was on another channel doing a watch along. I was a Chelsea representative on Claude the Bansers, if you know, check that out on YouTube guys. But really disappointing, really disappointing. A defeat at West Ham. It's a place where we never ever seem to perform, and they always fucking perform against us. 6 points they've taken off us this season, and I'm really fucking cheesed off, to tell you the truth. And it's not very often that I criticise the club or criticise the team, but I'm going to say it as I see it right now. There's a lot of good things happening right now at Chelsea. You know, we have bought really well. I think that's well documented. We create a lot of chances and we don't finish teams off, that's for sure, and we seem to have addressed that situation with the addition of Timo Werner, and Ham3Chelsea2 just joining the club, and it's fantastic, you know, great business. And going forward, there's nothing wrong with us whatsoever. We've got a lot of talented players. Some may say maybe too many players in the same positions, but we always seem to be linked with midfield players or strikers, and we seem to overlook the fact that defensively we are fucking woeful, absolutely woeful. We've been woeful all season. I think the problem is that we don't seem to have a settled back line. It's either Azpilicueta or Reece James or Rudiger pairing up with Zuma or Christensen or Tomori, and at left back it's Marcus Alonso or Emerson Palmieri, and I've got to tell you, I don't think any of them, maybe apart from Reece James, are good enough if we got any aspirations of being a real top club challenging for titles and Champions Leagues. And last night was a massive missed opportunity, because Leicester City, who are in a bit of a freefall right now, lost away at Everton, and it was a massive opportunity to leapfrog them into third place and stare down Manchester City for the rest of the season, really put a marker down, you know, the psychological edge, because Wolves and Manchester United aren't going away. They're continuously winning, putting the pressure on us. And I just think yesterday, you know, we're talking about a team, by the way, that's taken 6 points off us this season. You know, we just didn't compete. You know, we were too slow. It was another inept first half performance. Yes, we created chances, and the team seems to be changing all the time. It seems to be 6-7 changes all the time. Now I know it's continuous football right now, and you have to do that, but we don't seem to have a settled side. And I think our biggest problem, we all know it, it's defensively. That ball that in between that looping ball that goes in between the last line of defence and the goalkeeper, we know we're in big trouble. Set pieces, corners, and we seem to lose the marker all the time. Our defensive line gets split. I think the problem is that left back, we've got 2 players there that just ain't good enough to play with Chelsea, and I think all of our centre backs, and I include all 4, are okay. They're good, but they're not world class. And Azpilicueta, who's probably the best out of the lot. In fact, we're blessed actually with Azpilicueta and Reece James on the right side. I'd say that's probably the only part that's fixed. But defensively, we're just no good. Now, I don't know about you out there, guys, but for me, it's a complete and utter fucking no-brainer. What we've got to do here, we've got to sign a left back 100%, and I think we need 2 centre backs. We really do. And let's also shine a light on the goalkeeper. And do you know what? I was one of those prepared to give him the benefit of the doubt, but we do need to look at that situation as well, because we are not going to win titles or compete for massive honours like Champions League when we defend the way we did last night, and in fact the way we've defended all fucking season. And for me, it's a complete and utter no-brainer. We need John Terry. It's SOS John Terry. Let's bring the boys back together again. Now, I know it's all about Frank Lampard and Jody Morris. It's the Lampard-Jody Morris show. But for me, I'd bring JT back into the fold. He looks fucking miserable anyway at Aston Villa. When we played Villa the other week, you know, we listen, he's Chelsea man, you know, Chelsea's in his blood. And I just think we need to bring the boys back together, and whether we made it a trio. I know they say freeze a crowd and all that, but give John a fucking big role, you know, or just say to him, look, you know, there ain't no one better defensively than John Terry. So, right, you sort out the defence, you know. And I think he'd be such a massive positive influence, you know, in our club. Look, I'm not going to sit here and fucking slate Frank and slate the team and everything else. We are still in a great position. We've got a lot of winnable games coming up. We're third in the table, and we all would have taken that right at the very, very start of the season. Let's be totally honest here, yeah? So I'm not, because this season we was always going to give him a free pass anyway. So I'm not going to sit here in judgment and, you know, sort of be too over the top about things. But we've lost a lot of games this season. And defensively, it's been the same old, just chopping and changing. And there's no solidity at all. We just do not know how to defend. Great going forward, fantastic on the eye. And we are linked all the time with offensive quality players, either from a midfield perspective or players that play on the wings or even up front as strikers. But we seem to overlook the most important element, and that's our defence. Really disappointed in that last night. I'm sorry I didn't put a video up. As I say, I was on Crawled in the Bansters as their Chelsea representative on the watch along. If you fancy watching that, guys, you'll see me on that. And I'll tell you what, that was a really, really, really spooky live stream, to be fair, because the guy I was doing it with, a guy called Terry, nice guy by the way, his doorbell kept going off, and every time his doorbell would go off, there'd be goals going in. And Terry, he was watching the game, and he was about a minute and a half in front of me, so I was reliant on him. Even though I was watching, I had two screens opened up, and I was watching the game, I was about a minute and a half behind him, so his commentary, I would have to rely on it being true. And every time the fucking bell went off, a goal would go in. And obviously at 2-2, that bell went off, and we're getting right to death and that, and he's doing the old commentary one, and I thought he was fucking winding me up, but he weren't. And you could see how fucking pissed off Frank was. You see with his interview, yeah, his face, his whole body language, you know, it's told its own fucking story. You know, that must have really hurt him, you know. In fact, 6 points, we all know, do you know what I mean, the shit and the stick he takes from West Ham, and inside of him, you know, he's going there, Chelsea man, and with so much pride, and you can see how much that affected him last night. He wasn't happy, he was not happy at all. But there you go, guys. So really, really, really disappointing, and a lot of questions. And I'm glad in a way it's happened, because I think it just goes to show there's a lot of plaudits. I'm not saying false plaudits, but a lot of plaudits about our team, and the real issues I don't think are being addressed or have been addressed. You know, because we need a bit of quality in that back line. As I say, we've got good players, like Christensen's a good player, Zuma is a good player, Tomori is a good player, Rudiger's a good player, but they're not world class. You know, I think Aspilicueta over and above performs, you know, week on, week out. You know, he can get a pass. Reece James, quality. Emerson Palmieri, not good enough. Marcus Alonso, not good enough. Yeah, how many times, you know, we got to say this shit? And what's going on with Juninho? You know, always on the bench, part of the 9 players, but never picks. Doesn't start, doesn't get on the field. What's going on with Callum Hudson-Odoi? You know, there's a lot of question marks, as I say, you know, but as I say, we're going in the right direction. You know, just two really, really good signings and a lot of good quality players. A real lot of good quality players in a good squad that's good enough to get top four as we are now. But we don't want that, do we? We want to win titles. We want to get back to winning titles and competing at the very, very, very highest level and getting back to where we were, you know, dining at that top table of Europe, you know, going shoulder to shoulder with Bayern Munich's and Real Madrid's and Barcelona's and alike, you know, and you're not going to do that. Defending like that was garbage, but it's been happening all season. We have to be honest. We zonal marking, just the whole way of how we defend, and you know, we don't seem to work as a unit. There's too many gaps. We get exposed. Our defensive centre backs all continuously getting split. We don't seem to track the runner. Which, if you look at the goals, it's incredible. You know, it's like 3 or 4 players always reacting, you know, but breaking free of the marker. Not one, not two, not every single one of them. And it's got to stop, because this is not a coincidence. You know, we've lost a hell of a lot of games this season, and mainly because we can't finish fucking teams off when we're so dominant. And it just poor, piss poor defending, you know. And I'm sick to death of going to places where, like West Ham, we've just given them a lifeline. You know, they'll probably spur them on now. They'll probably stay up now. I fucking hate that fucking stadium. I don't want to fucking go West Ham. You know, and why do we want to help them out? You know, why do we want to give them that lifeline? You know. And as I say, you know, if we've got any aspirations of being where we really, really want to be, then we have to be fucking honest. And I've got to tell you, SOS, Roman Abramovich, Maria Graverskaya, Frank Lampard, let's bring John Terry back into the fold. He's a Chelsea man. We know he's the man. Yeah, there's no better defensive player the Premier League's ever had. He is absolute fucking quality. He's Chelsea's in his DNA. It's part of the fixtures and fittings of the club, the fabric of the football club. And for me, it's just a complete no-brainer. Just bring him in. I don't care if he's a joint manager or whatever. We need the boys together. Bring the dream team back together. Defensively, it's quite clear. It's the one thing we're struggling in. So let's bring the man, the fucking defensive genius. Bring him in. Bring him back. Come on, Frank. Come on, Roman. SOS. John Terry. Right, guys. I'll speak to you soon. Keep the faith. We're still going to get top 4. So, but frustrating. Keep the blue flag flying on, guys.